All right, using IDX Broker to generate more leads. Going over lead registration preferences, where you can put your lead registration preferences, creating saved links, adding those specific lead registration preferences on there so you can force or request registration at any time on any IDX page. So we'll go over the different pages that you can do it, how you'll add them to it, and then also you can even add custom videos, custom messages, whatever you want on those lead registration to try to attract better, I guess, bounce rate with retaining your clients and getting them to sign up is the ultimate thing. You guys can follow along with me inside of our dashboard. To do that, you just go to idxbroker.com. I'm going to get you into a different control panel. It'll be different than mine. I've tried doing it at times in the same one, and things get really screwed up. So if in the top right corner where it says log in, you'll click on that and then go to the login center for Light and Platinum. The username and password for this is IDX Demo. For the username and for the password, it's going to be the same thing. That will get you into our public demo account dashboard so you guys can do some messing around. Unless you have your own account, you can do everything right from within there. Perfect. All right. So my main website that I'm going to do my example on is jefftrue.com. It's JEFFTRUE.com. You can hop on in there and take a look around. It is some live data, but it's all test demo stuff for webinars specifically only. So to start off with, lead registration preferences in our dashboard. We can go in here to go to our leads, then we're going to click on lead registration preferences. So you got two separate tabs up here. You got simple and advanced. You can mark everything right directly from within here, but we highly suggest you go into the advanced settings because you can narrow down more what you want with your messaging, add video, or doing a request or forced registration on certain types of pages. You can run those simultaneously depending on what you want to do. So inside the advanced search tab is where we're going to be concentrating today. Your global registration rules is going to be the main section where you're going to capture this lead. So you've got several different pages that you can capture a lead. You got search pages, map search pages, results pages, details pages, and photo gallery. So you got a couple of different ones that you can do here. I mean, every area is going to be a little bit different, but typically most people set up with a requested registration. Basically what that's going to do is when somebody goes and visits your website, they go to a results page or a details page, a little pop-up modal is going to come up and request somebody to register. Now if somebody goes to this registration page and they click on the X, they don't want to fill out any information because they're afraid it's going to be spam, whatever, they can click out on it and continue to go. On a forced registration, if they click out of it, it'll actually take them back to the primary domain. So it'll take them away from what they do. So be very careful when choosing what you want to do, because if you think you're going to lose a lot that way, then you probably want to stay with the requested. If you're in a really cutthroat market, obviously forced registration is going to be the better option for you. With both of these, you have separate styles that you can do. You can do a recurring or non-reoccurring. So the recurring is going to be every number of page visits for a particular results page, or any results page, I should say. So you can set a reoccurring registration to come up like every 5 pages. So every 5th results page that gets viewed, it's going to request for somebody to register with their account. It comes with a default message, which is just sign up now. It says please register your name and valid email address so that we provide you with outstanding customer service. Or you can skip the registration now and continue viewing the page by closing the modal down by clicking on the following link. So it's going to give them a link, or they'll have the X in the top right corner that they can disable out of there. Now you can choose for this to come up just one time if you wanted. Just click the non-recurring, but you still got to say what page you want this to show up. So if you did that one and did 10, it'll only ask them one time on the 10th page and not ask them again. Typically, I think reoccurring is going to be the best option to go. That way it does just kind of keep popping it up there. If you do choose to not have any registration preferences, whether it's requested or forced, you can still capture your lead from your client by when they want to get more information or schedule a showing. That's going to be the same thing, basically, as capturing a lead on a requested or a forced registration. Now, on a forced registration, this one here is going to be the number of pages that you want to do that. So we talked about earlier about running them simultaneously. So let's say we want to do like 15 page visits before we have a forced registration. So that way when they do click on the X, it's going to take them back to the main page. If you want to, you can run a requested registration for pages 5, 10, and on that 15th one, it's going to force it there. So you can run them simultaneously if you choose to. Again, you also have the formatted message, so you can actually get in here and add your own message. So if you want something different than the default message, it's pretty simple. You have the WYSIWYG right here, which is what you see is what you get. So you can turn it off, and it's going to basically be just standard text. You turn it back on, you can add some images, some anchors, calendar stuff. You got a whole bunch of stuff that you can put in here. You can even get in here and write it with HTML. We'll get to that here in a little bit when we show you how to actually add a video into your requested or forced registration. So let's go take a look at what one of these will look like. So we're going to change this to forced registration on a results page. After one page visit, we will save our changes, and it was done successfully. So this is going to be on a results page, so I can just go here, should be able to click search, and it should search across everything. Okay, here's our first one. This will be where it will pop up the little modal in here. So you got sign up, you must register to view this page. So this is going to be standard messaging. So if your client does decide to click on the X, it will continue to browse. If you do a forced one, like I said, it will take you back out to the main one. So you can see you put your own standard messages in here. So that's going to be the regular one. Since that was a forced, it did take me back out. So we're going to do a requested on the first one with our own custom message. So you can change the text, the font size, the font color. You can put bullets in there. You can do whatever you guys want. You can even change the alignment. So we'll go ahead and throw mine in the middle. I will make this a big red, stand it out a little bit. Heading 3 should give us enough. We'll save our changes. So now we'll go back over to our website. So keep in mind everything, any change you made, anything that you add in new, it's going to reflect immediately. So we're going to go click our search. All right. And then once we reload this one more time, it should pop up with our modal here. All right, so here's our custom message for my lead capture. So this is the one that I put in here. I put in the red, the bold. So it will still keep this standard information on here, just to say about to skip the registration because it is requested. Asking for their first name, last name, email address. That's more information we can put into next. So if there's any additional information you want to capture out of your lead, we can definitely do that as well. So we'll go ahead and back out of this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and leave that one for right now. But basically, we want to go back up here and we want to gather more information. So like right now, I'm asking for the first name, the last name, and the email address. Let's say you want to get some more information from your client. Click on Add More Fields, and then there's already some preset, fields available. Additional email, password, address, city, state, province, county, zip code, phone, assigned agent, email format, and other. So you guys can actually, if you have a multi-user account, they can select which agent they'd like to work with. If there's one that's not in here, you can actually create your own field. When you do that, it may not line up directly within your account. Maybe you have a third-party CRM for doing exports. With our system, it's when you put in an other and capture it, it's going to show up in the notes section of that particular lead that you capture. For now, we're going to go in and just add phone just for something that's pretty simple. So you've got the ability to make it a required field, so it'll put the red asterisks in there so that they have to fill it out before they submit the form. And then if you guys wanted to rearrange it, you can definitely do that here. So you're going to have your little, I don't know what they call them, hamburger lines. Drag that, you can move it anywhere you want. If you wanted to add any additional fields, you can, I think you can do quite a few of them. I don't even know how many you can do. Once you make any of those changes, click on Save Changes. You do have the ability to turn on CAPTCHA for lead registration. So basically it'll put up a little code so that make sure there's not a robot and you're not getting any spammy stuff. You click on Save Changes, and now everything should be showing up there. Okay, we'll refresh it one more time, and it will pop up now with the phone number inside that modal. So now we got first name, last name, email address, and phone. Somebody's asking, is it possible to make the email address optional? This particular one is not. This one here does make or require for this one to be captured. This basically is going to be how the communication is set up, how they're going to create their account, be able to get their password if it is a password protected one, and also be able to remember them when they come back up onto the website, so they don't have to register, or I'm sorry, sign in each time. So it'll recognize the IP address and it'll sign them in every single time. So another option is if you create any saved links, so any hyperlocal pages. Hyperlocal pages is something we stress on very much because it's very good with your SEO. So what that's going to be is any pages inside your community that you want to create and have landing pages for a bunch of listings. So what I've already got from previous webinars is Junction City Homes for Sale, Northeast Eugene, Springfield Homes, and West Eugene Homes. Let's say, for instance, that I'm going to be very lax and just run my standard results pages on this particular Junction City, Northeast Eugene, Springfield Homes. But in West Eugene, when I get somebody that goes to that landing page, I want to capture that lead. I want to be very aggressive in this particular market. Let's say it's, really cutthroat in one area, but it's maybe not in another area. So this one here, everything is running off of the standard lead registration preferences. But let's go in and modify that. So when you go create a saved link, you're going to go to Preferences, Save Links, and you would go Create. This particular one I'm going to do Manage because it's basically exactly the same thing once we get in here. I'm going to remember which one I chose. It was West Eugene, right? So West Eugene Homes for Sale. So under this pencil over to the right, this is going to be the Edit Search Criteria. It's going to get me back into the settings for this one here. So this is all the regular criteria that I have selected for this particular area. This is your standard preferences for your home. So like I said, when you do your hyperlocal pages, very good for SEO for drawing traffic to these specific homes in this area. So think like when people go to Google, what are they going to put in? West Eugene Homes for Sale, probably a pretty good one for us in my area. It's going to be different in every area. But we want to go in this lead registrations tab. And so you could run, so a saved link is going to override the global registration preferences when it's for this specific page. It's not going to be for every saved link. You have to do this for each individual saved link that you want to do. So let's say this one here, I want to be super aggressive. We want to make sure and capture that lead. So when it pops up there, we want to definitely be in there. It looks like so somebody is showing restricted. So there's a good chance that you're using light. If you are using light, it is going to be a restriction to do that on saved links. That is a platinum only feature. I apologize for not making that statement before. So as you can see here, when I clicked on communities and clicked on West Eugene Homes, it is making me register. If I don't register, I will not be able to see the listings in here, and it'll actually kick me back out to a standard search page. So it didn't take me to primary, but took me back to the basic search page. So once again, it comes up, go into your area, it'll automatically pop up. The modal is going to pop up every time. So you can do it like every 5th page of this results page if you wanted for this particular landing page. So now if you were to put in your information, everything would allow this client to go right on through, no problem. Now another option too, not many people do this quite yet. We haven't really played with it too many times. We've got a couple of people that say they were going to try it, but I'm not sure if it actually ended up doing it or not. There's a lot of realtors out there that like to use videos. Videos are very, very good with SEO. Great way to draw traffic to your website is adding a YouTube video. So we're going to go back into our lead registration preferences, global registration rules. So I've already got this one primarily done. So I went through and did it just to test it, but we will go ahead and show you one more time. So right here, so I've done a requested registration, recurring every 1 page visit. So you come down here to custom, that way it'll give you a clean slate. Here's my standard message on here. So you can choose to put a regular message on here, or you can leave it blank and just embed a video. The video basically would be you saying, hey, thank you for stopping by, my name is so-and-so, and explain to them why you're trying to capture that lead. Let them know that they can save searches, they can save listings. You can provide them with automatic email updates if there's new listings that come in that matches any of those criteria, or any properties that they have saved. It'll send them a notification whether there's been a price change, any additional information's been changed on that data that's loaded into the MLS. So right now we want to grab a video that we can put on here. I'll show you how to grab the embed script, where to put it, and how you can manage it on your website. So we'll use a little Yule log cat. Who doesn't like cats? So you basically you would go into your own account, you'd go look at your actual video itself, and you're going to click on the share button. So there's 3 different ways that you can share this. You've got share via a URL link, you've got an embed code, and you've got an email. So you can email somebody. We want the embed code. We want to embed it right into there with the script, basically framing it in. Under the Show More option, this is going to be the preview and about the size. This one here is at 560 by 315. That's going to be good to fit inside that little modal. Now you can choose to hide a bunch of other stuff, which we're going to go ahead and get rid of the controls because we want just this video to show up. We don't want it to suggest anything. We don't want the player controls. Once that's clicked, we want it to play all the way through. You want them to hear your entire message and not be able to really do much with it. Once you make your selections down here, we're going to copy this entire thing, and we're going to go back into our area that we want to add this to. So this particular one is going to be for a photo gallery. Let's make this a little easier and go somewhere else and do this. Let's go back up to, let's go do a requested registration. Okay, so we've added our message. This is what we want to put in here for these clients, so they'll see this in the media. But we want to go in here and we want to embed script code in here. So you'll go to the very end of this last one, and we're going to hit Control V, which is going to be paste. We're going to update that. And now when this shows up, you can see this is going to show up in there. So let's take and click just on the left side of it, and I want to go ahead and center it just so it looks a little bit better once that modal comes up. So you can see inside here, it's going to be pretty centered what it's going to be. So you're going to have your message up top, and then our little video that we want to add about thank you for stopping by. We're going to save our changes. And then we will go to our results page. Okay, so the first page is probably not going to come up with anything. We will do, oh, it did pop up right away. So as you see here, so this can be the modals can pop up. You've got your text that's going to be up here and your video. So once that video is up and running, I apologize if you get any audio. I don't know if you will or not. Your video is going to be popped up, right up and going. So no controls, no nothing. They can pause it, stop it, or pause it and start it, and that's all that they're going to be able to do. And then you'll be able to capture your information right from there. Probably keep these videos fairly short, not like in 2 hours or whatever this thing is, or 1 day. It goes on forever. So can you autoplay, not just when the click is on? So I tried, so that with this not being my particular YouTube channel, I was trying to get that to work. I could not figure out the autoplay. So I don't know about that answer. I thought you had on your own videos when you do that where you can have an autoplay. So I believe you can, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos on my account. I don't really do YouTube videos too much personal. But I think that's something that I will test out, and I can actually let everybody know too. Maybe I can put up a blog post about adding video towards these. Yes, I am using the Omnibar for IDX Broker. Yes, so this one here, so I do have mine kind of set up a little bit differently. It's got the city, address, listing ID, and whatnot that comes standard. A few additional things that I added was subdivision and high school, so you can actually search for a little bit more than just the standard city, county, and zip code. Can you upload a video not using YouTube? If you can get an embed script from Vimeo, for instance, yes, you can use other, as long as you have that little iframe embed code that we went and got from this little thing. So if you can get an embed code from somewhere, absolutely, you can add it to it. I'm pretty sure Vimeo can. I'm not sure what are the other ones that are out there. I do know that YouTube is a rather large and very good with SEO. That's why typically most people do use that one. Can you upload a video direct to IDX? No, it has to have a little embed code. Thank you guys. Have a great day.